still love me, don't you?
Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the Good Old Boy, where we're cooking up dishes straight from recipes.crock.com, which is my beautiful wife's cooking blog that has well over 600 recipes and rising. We really should check the tally on that and see where we're at.
Oh, we're still there.
Are we there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
So, when's it going to be 700?
Hey, buddy. That's a lot of cooking.
I know! Today we're... Crap.
You're still being picked on by the pecans.
I think so. Deep breath. Exhale. And today we're going to be cooking up some cheesy chicken rice casserole. This is a recipe that is prepared by Aunt Lou. So this is going to be one of those times where Aunt Lou is going to be telling me what to do. Don't expect that very often, Lou.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this is a why didn't I get to eat that recipe?
It is, but it's one of those where I got to read this one. I definitely have to read this one off the blog. And so Lou's going to be telling me what to do through the blog. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It just don't seem natural when it comes to me and her. So anywho, it goes a little something like this. You need 1 cup of long grain rice, not instant rice, not minute rice, not Uncle Ben's. You want a long grain, long cooking rice.
Yes. And so that is a is it basmati?
I think it's basmati. Yeah, this is the long grain basmati rice, and I'll show it to you right there if you want. If you want to, let me get just a few out and put them in my hand. There, looks like that. They're long grain rice. Have I explained this enough yet? Don't use minute rice. Still don't believe me? Don't use minute rice. I don't know what.
Don't put that in your mouth. You're about to eat. Don't.
It's really crunchy and dry. On to the second ingredient. Now that we've taken 10 minutes, you need 1 can of cheddar cheese soup, 1 can of cream of chicken soup.
Yes.
A 1/4 cup of chicken broth. Why you keep saying yes? You think this is a Baptist church or something? 1/2 cup of milk.
Preach.
It's like she's wanting to check my reading level to see if I can read from the book. And you need 4 cups of cooked chicken. Yes. Now here it says cubed chicken. What we're going to use here for the video, Chris cooked up a huge batch of our shredded chicken where she used...
it's our shredded chicken, which we'll link down below, which is chicken breast, and then we use ranch seasoning and sherry or chicken broth to just cook up the chicken, and it's a great kind of all-purpose chicken for casseroles. And,
it freezes well.
Yeah, and so since we were going to make 2 batches of this for your guys at work, I just made 2 batches of that chicken. Well, I figured out how much chicken we'd need and just cooked it up.
But really, I mean, what you need is 4, is that right? 4 cups of cooked chicken. So you figure 3 to 4 big chicken breasts. And also 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/4 cup of butter that is sliced or it's about to be sliced. That is 1/2 stick of butter. And then 1/2 cup of onion. I just took 1/2 of a large sweet onion. And you also need salt and pepper to taste. And then to finish it off, it's going to be 1 cup of cheddar cheese. We're using a mild cheddar. Sharp, not so sharp, whatever you want to use. Again, this is your dish, so if you want to add a little or take a little away, you totally can. So first thing I want to do in a bowl is have my 4 cups of cubed or shredded chicken. And then I'm going to go ahead and chop up my onions real quick. And my butter. But Aunt Lou says to spray your crock pot with a cooking spray so this doesn't all stick because this is a cheesy dish. We're using our non-stick Cuisinart, so I'm not too worried about things sticking to it. If you're using a ceramic slow cooker, that might be where you want to spray some cooking spray or olive oil in there so that it doesn't stick.
And also, if you like to use the slow cooker liners, this would be one of those recipes that you'd use it for.
Again, you're using cheesy soups as well as cheese on top, and that cheese on top, when it cooks on this dish, if you're not careful, gets a little hot. Cheese can stick. All right, that's done, and then this just, you're going to give our butter just a rough chop. All you want to do is put this in the pats, and this will just make it so it mixes up easier into your mixture later. But Aunt Lou now says, in a large mixing bowl, mix together your rice, soups, broth, and chicken. Chicken's already there. Here is the rice.
Now, one of the questions I get all the time on recipes like this,
Dirty hands.
is those are condensed soups. Use the other side, or not.
Too late.
Those are condensed soups. Do you follow the instructions on the can and add the extra liquid according to the soups, or do you just do not add the liquid like what the can says? What do you think the answer is?
I sure hope it's not, because I didn't.
It isn't. If we want you to add the liquid that it says on the can, we'll put that as an ingredient on the blog. But the bottom line is, most people who are using condensed soups in cooking, they're either not adding that liquid, or they're using another kind of liquid to add some liquid, which is what we're doing.
Let's see, rice, soups, and broth, and chicken. And you want to mix that up, which is what I shall do now. I got my slow cooker in the way there, so you're just going to have to trust me that I'm mixing this up without having to look over the top of it and see it.
When are you supposed to add in the milk?
When Lou tells me to.
Oh, okay, she hasn't told
She hasn't told me to yet.
Okay.
Shh. We're letting Lou do this one.
Oh, well, we should have had her back here then.
She'll be here tomorrow. We like it when Aunt Lou comes to visit.
Yes. Now, didn't this make us a little nervous when we were making it for the first time?
I know it did me, but that's because I was using a smaller mixing bowl.
It made me a little nervous because I wondered where all the liquid was coming from.
Yeah, because that's a little thick.
Well, but I think we had it for dinner, and man,
we were afraid that the rice wasn't going to cook up well and it was going to be crunchy, and it totally wasn't. It was good.
There's like, I wouldn't call the rice crunchy, but the outside edge has a little crispy.
It's crispy. That's from the cheese and everything. Mm-hmm. All right, so now we've mixed up our rice, our soups, our broth, and the chicken. Now you add your milk, butter, and onion, and stir well. So that's to get everything started. Your milk, your butter, and your onion. There's my milk. There's my butter. And there's my onion. I know I'm driving somebody crazy because I'm scraping my knife on the cutting board. It's a bad habit. So we're going to stir this up in there. And
I really like the onion in this dish.
And then I'm gonna get kind of the butter mixed in. You can see it all going in there. That's good. Fling it everywhere.
Octavia says thank you.
Yeah, just make sure that's not onion that he's eating.
It wasn't. It was a
piece of chicken.
Yeah.
A very flavorful piece of chicken. All right, now set this over here out of the way. This is where I shall pour in. Is that right, Aunt Lou? Is that it? Yes.
We should have had her call in.
Just like a casserole. Nope. Only one of you sisters is going to boss me around at a time. Alright. In there it goes, and I will spread that evenly in my slow cooker. You want this to cook even just like you would any casserole. So if you have a casserole, or if you have, it doesn't matter if it's a casserole, crock, or whatever kind of slow cooker you got, if you've used your slow cooker and you've done what we said where you get to know your slow cooker, if it has any hot spots, be very, very careful. In fact, be so careful, don't make this kind of dish in it.
No, Aunt Lou cooks a lot of rice dishes on the blog, and she has a post about how you can have successful rice dishes, because I will tell you, rice is one of the more difficult things to get to come out.
Rice is finicky.
If you have a slow cooker that doesn't usually cook very evenly, then you're going to have problems.
Pinch of salt.
So if you've cooked with something and like one side gets done faster than the other, then you're going to want to either rotate your crock or just use a different slow cooker.
A little bit of pepper to your taste. And then,
sorry,
as if this dish is not going to be delicious enough with chicken and rice and cheese and dairy and all kinds of stuff, we're going to take a cup of cheese, which is 1/2 package of this, 4 ounces of cheddar cheese, and sprinkle it evenly on top. Such a pretty color scheme going on there. And since this is something I'm going to eat tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to put just a hair more cheese on it. Just to kind of even it out. Just like that. And now Aunt Lou says to cover and cook on low for 3 to 4 hours. She said that hers was done perfectly in 3, but your crock may be different. So watch closely the first time so that you know how your crock cooks this recipe. Again, kind of finicky with dairy, kind of finicky with rice. So make sure this is a slow cooker that you know and trust.
Which honestly is why we use the Ninja first and we use the Cuisinart second, is because we know both of those cook very evenly, which is why we're using those for this recipe. Later.
And now I will show you.
And you get the big bowl out of there too.
Yeah.
Someone ate something in your slow cooker.
There's a hole in my casserole.
We have been cooking all day. The kitchen is an absolute disaster.
I'd like to do a pan around shot and show you this kitchen, but somebody would call in and have us condemned. It's a mess.
And on top of that, the dishwasher was kind of down and out for half the day. So,
I was about down and out there then.
So it's back up and running. So we are in a rotation of trying to get things back under control. But it is. What are you doing?
I was in a rotation.
Oh.
All right. This, my friends, is what cheesy chicken and rice casserole looks like.
This is comfort food.
Very, very much so. See, you got your rice. You can see it all in there. It's done. It's soaked in a lot of those juices and broth and milk.
Yeah, I think the top is a little deceiving because when you cut down into it, it is like perfect.
It's like velvet.
Yes. It reminds me a little bit of, I don't know why, because it's not the same thing, but it reminds me a little bit of like the hash brown casserole at Cracker Barrel. Do you know what
I can see that, yeah. Or cheesy on the top.
It's chicken and rice and not the hash brown, but it kind of has that comfort food flavor.
Look at that. I'm going to kind of dissect this with you. Of course, you got your cheese on top. Look at all that rice. And then there's chicken. And it's all kind of taken on the same color of the soups. Mm-hmm. And then you got some onion right there.
Not onion.
Chicken.
It's a sweet. We used a sweet onion.
Yeah.
I really like it in there.
Well, let's just see how we did.
I think we did.
All you church ladies.
Oh, that's the other.
You're going to want to take that to church. And I guarantee you, they'll be saying yes.
That was the other thing I was thinking of earlier before we were getting ready to shoot, was that reminds me of going to a church potluck, and that's like that delicious thing that you're like, oh, I'm going to go back and get some more of that.
Mm-hmm. And then, again, if you're a Baptist church, that's what I grew in. That's what I grew up in. All them little church ladies going to come up to you and they're going to say, what's in this, Margaret? And you're going to say, well, it's got chicken. She's going to say, yes. And it's got cream of chicken soup. Yes.
Michael.
That's why you was doing that.
I guess so.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's got my belly saying yes because this is really good. You're going to love this, girl. Try it. You gotta try it.
Yeah.
Good job, Aunt Lou. Huh. I actually listened to Aunt Lou once and
yeah,
it worked out in my favor.
Well, out of today,
and you've been telling me all this time she's a bad influence.
I said that when she called you to say that she'd go skydiving with you.
Oh yeah. Well, we want to thank you for watching another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the Good Old Boy. We also want to thank Aunt Lou for her contribution to these recipes. We couldn't do this without you, Lou. And I tell you what, that's a winner right there. If you like what you've seen, down below there's a subscribe button. Click it and you will become a member of the Crock Posse. Also check us out over at Facebook at Recipes That Crock, on Instagram at Recipes That Crock, and on Twitter at Recipes Crock. And y'all keep watching and we'll keep cooking. And I might even listen to Aunt Lou again. And all will be well. Bye y'all.